I'm here with the head coach of the Flight Academy out of Dayton, Ohio. They were the national championship runner-up next year. So what do you have to do this year to kind of, go and take that next step and get the title?
I don't know. We just got to work hard. That's all you can do. To say to take the next step and everything's got to go right. You got to hope to God that the kids are all taking care of their schoolwork, so they're all eligible. You got to make sure they're all taking care of their bodies well and we're healthy. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be the quickest thing if we, God forbid, got the injury bug. You know what I'm saying? That would be our quickest downfall, probably, because that's just how football goes.
At this level, is there less of an injury bug because there's not kind of that safety net of like you're going to stay around? Do you notice the kids who maybe
Put it off?
Yeah, maybe that hamstring doesn't hurt so much,
Yeah, but a lot of it depends on how tough the kid is, right?
Right.
Some kids, they'll nurse a sore ankle and pretend it's a broken leg. Some kids, their arm could be visibly broken 5 spots and they'll be like, "Nah, I'm good. Put some tape on it, coach."
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just depends on the kid and how he came up, where he's from, how the parents acted when he was little. There's a bunch of variables to that statement.
With modern football, it's very much skills-based related. When I was coming up, the 90s and stuff, it was hits.
Yeah.
And obviously for CTE reasons and things, they changed that. But the physicality seems to not be as emphasized as much. Everything seems to be one-on-one drills and stuff. What are you doing to kind of, keep the physicality in there?
Well, we start hitting on Tuesday.
Okay.
So we're going to start there. At the beginning of the season, you could be very aggressive with the hitting. But as the season progresses, you have to lighten up on the hitting because of the injuries, right? You don't want to hurt your star running back in practice in week 4 when you have a whole season to go. The injuries are, it's a funny subject. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes they can kill the team. Other times it's an opportunity for the backup to come in and show his role. So it just happens. You can look at the Niners last year and the quarterback. He came in and won a bunch of games, and now he's a superstar. So, yeah.
Do modern kids, because everybody's on their phone and stuff, and
yeah.
I remember playing football, and we just had the Phil Steele magazines.
Yeah.
So all we were doing was reading the same thing, and now it's a lot they can put their own highlights out there. Have you noticed that there's a change in kind of personality with that? I'm not saying more show off, but there's more of ownership of what they can put out.
Yes, and we encourage kids to put their highlights out there, right? We want every kid to be his own superstar in his own right. I think it's way better with the technology. Now it's a couple clicks on your phone or your computer or your laptop, and you can find a superstar. Before, you had to go through tape after tape after tape or DVD, and it took a long time to find the guy to fit to your team. So I like how the kids can take advantage of making their own highlights and controlling their own narratives. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. We spoke about this when we were talking about the bowl game, but with the post-grad stuff, the NIL, there's really, not NIL necessarily, but it's kind of a double whammy of the NIL players are just leaving because they're getting money.
Yeah.
And then also the transfer portal is just allowing them basically unlimited amounts because some kids are able to claim mental health waivers, and so they're able to just basically transfer. You notice it coming downhill. Are you getting
Absolutely.
more and more quote talent now?
Absolutely. So the portal is pretty much free agency, in my eyes, and
unrestricted too.
Unrestricted free agency, and it really has hurt the high school kids that were borderline kids, whether it be academically or the athletic side. I got a kid right now who he was committed to Kent State. There was a coaching change, and when the new coach came in, he was taking up the transfer kids. So he pulled out, and by the time he went to go commit somewhere else, all the other spots were full. Right? So, and I'm sure that he's not the only kid in the country that happened to.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? So it's just a trickle-down effect, but this is what everybody wanted. Right? Everybody wanted there to be a portal so the kid can go wherever he wanted to go when he didn't feel comfortable with the coach calling him names and stuff. Or wasn't doing good in school and could go somewhere else, or he wasn't playing and he wanted to go somewhere else to play. Everybody wanted this, and now it's here, so we got to deal with it.
So, I mean, for a coach at the national post-grad level, this is obviously, I wouldn't say a good thing, but it's going to give you more of a talent pool because
Yeah,
you're
it
going to get
definitely,
those kids.
it definitely works to our advantage as coaches because we're not taking like we don't have to take every kid there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can actually say, oh, okay, well, this kid's pretty good. Let's take that one. Or this kid, we don't need him. You know what I mean? So I think before the transfer portal, if the league was around before then, we would have struggled with the talent. It would have been hard to watch. But now a lot of these kids should be in Division I or Division II schools. For one reason or another, though, they're not. So.
Could you describe, there's a lot of teams here from Florida, I'm from Florida, could you describe what Ohio football is like compared to other people? We know Texas, they got the big hosses and they like to run. Now here we got the flashing speed. What's Ohio? Because Ohio's like the third state between them and California. I would say you guys are like big
we like to throw
states.
the ball. We like to throw the ball. We like to have a quarterback that can spin it. Consensus-wise, some of Ohio's real big into the wing T, and they like to run a lot. The other half, I would say, throws the ball 70% of the time.
So it's really interesting matchups.
It could be anything. Usually, it's based off the talent level of the team. Right? So some schools obviously have superb athletes and can throw the ball a bunch. Others don't, and they have to do the wing T where they pull into a guard tackle every play and stuff like that. So us personally, we're like a power spread. Our offense, so we plan to put up a lot of points. We run a pretty aggressive defense, so we're going to try to create a lot of turnovers. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you. So, Flight Academy, you guys start your season off at the bowl game. I can't remember.
At the bowl game.
Yeah.
Against Mississippi Prep, August 17th, 6 p.m. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
All right,
Be there.
you got it. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah.